One of the biggest problems we face as human beings and as people here in this current experience, in this current existence of this world, is that a lot of us have been trained, a lot of us have been told to be afraid of making mistakes. And that is the biggest problem. If you find people who cannot innovate, create, and invent, it's because this kind of training has gone deep down. When there's a problem everywhere, everybody folds their arms, waiting for somebody, a special person that has a solution. Nobody has a solution. How do you create something that nobody has ever created before? How are you going to do it? How are you going to create something? How are you going to solve a problem that nobody has ever been able to solve before by waiting for a special person who you think has a solution? No. You see, is a basic thing that human beings are being denied. Be able to work, around problems. Be able to play around problems, trying to find a solution naturally, like how we were designed by God Himself. You get it. A lot of human beings who are sitting on breakthrough ideas, breakthrough innovations, but cannot take the first step forward because they are afraid of making mistakes. They are afraid of making mistakes. And it's a problem. And you see, it does not even end there of even being afraid of making mistakes. On the other side of the divide, there are also a group of people who have been trained and have been told that when somebody makes mistake, make mockery of them. It's a very big problem. You see, there are people on the other side of the divide who will not take the risk, who will not attempt to solve a problem, who will not attempt to deal with a certain problem, but are going to be the first people and are going to be the people who actually make it a big issue that somebody tried something and failed at it. I don't know. This kind of mindset and this attitude we have towards making mistakes or failing to do something or failing to achieve something, this kind of mindset and mentality around it, the whole thing is wrong. And there's a reason why a lot of people are trapped within. A lot of people cannot have expression. A lot of people cannot explore with some of these things, some of these ideas that are coming to them intuitively, because human beings have been programmed that when somebody makes a mistake, when somebody doesn't get it right, when somebody fails at something, mock at them, make mockery of them, laugh at them. And that's why the whole community is not moving forward. That's why people are not moving forward. That's why we are not seeing certain levels of innovation in some of these places we find ourselves. Because people have bought into, have accepted this idea and concept that there's answers have to come from somebody who knows it all. It's not true. Listen, in today's message, what I'm going to tell you is this: don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of trying something and failing at it. No. You see, and I'm going to say this: the very way human beings learn, understand something, the very way human beings become proficient at something is by trying that thing so many times, failing at it, getting back again, going back to the drawing board, going again, failing at it, going again. That is what gives you the opportunity to ask the same questions from different angles. That is what affords you to look at the same problem from different dimensions, from different standpoints. And one of them, if you persist, if you continue, if you don't give up, that is when breakthrough happens. That is when innovation happens. That is when discovery happens. A lot of us are being trained to be afraid of failing at something, to be afraid of making mistakes. So what happens? We are even afraid to take the first step because, oh, if I take this step and I fail, they are going to laugh at me. Everybody's going to laugh at me. That is a problem. And you see it, you even see it right from the home. You see it right from the home when a child is growing up and all that. That thing is instilled in you. There's some kind of fear and being afraid of something, being afraid to try. I'm not saying try the wrong things. I'm saying something. When a child does something and gets it wrong, the approach that is taken to correct that child is very wrong. You are beaten mercilessly. So what happens? A level of fear is instilled in you. So next time you just be sitting down like a zombie. And you are unable to take any initiative. That is the home. When you come to the school system, there's a lot of things in the school system. There's a lot of things we are suffering as people with the school system, which it really has to be looked at. Down here, a lot of people are not encouraged to think out of the box. If you try to think out of the box, the first thing that is going to come at you is that you are too known. You are too known. That's the first thing that's going to come. If it doesn't come from your colleagues, it's going to come from your teacher. You are too known. I don't know why. I don't know why we have bought and accepted this idea and concept that we are all supposed to think the same way. This idea and concept that we are all supposed to arrive at the same answer. It's a very big problem. When you even come to social media, you see the same thing. Somebody puts an issue out there, and everybody is giving their 2 cents about it. You discover that someone says something, and there are a group of people who come outside, who come on social media, and start raining insults on somebody for sharing what's in their mind. I mean, what were you expecting? You wanted everybody to come with the same answer. Were you expecting everybody to say the same thing? We have a big problem, I'm telling you. A lot of the problems we are facing as a people, as a race, is because of some of these things. These things we are still holding on to in 2024. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. The only thing you have to tell yourself is, I'm going to try this. This is my first time. I don't know it all. I don't have all the answers. Just tell yourself one thing. I'm going to try this. If I make a mistake, I'm going to come back to the drawing board. When I make a mistake, what I'm going to do is come back to the drawing board. I'll come and find out what went wrong. I'm going to fix it and go and do it again. That is the spirit we need. When I fall, when I fail, I will get up again. I will try the same thing all over again. I'll give you a simple example. If you look at how Elon Musk was able to build this Starship, these rockets he's sending out into space, if you do your research, you realize it was bits. They tried. The first thing they tried working on was a liftoff. So the rocket goes up from the launch pad a few meters and it explodes. We tried it several times. And then the next thing they worked on, was for it to achieve a certain level of height, a certain distance from the launch pad. Gradually, they had a lot of failure. You go and do your research about the building of the SpaceX, the Starship, and see how many mistakes it came about. It was